Fiber by Design with Lydia and Sarah. We are on episode 46, and this is a knitting and fiber-related podcast chronicling our fiber-filled lives.
Yes.
I'm Lydia. You can find me as Lydia B on Ravelry, and you can find me as Lydia Knits on Instagram and Periscope. When I don't chicken out, because I tried to do one this weekend. And
oh, did you?
I chickened out.
I finally found my tripod. So,
Nice.
Hallelujah! I can actually start doing it again.
Yay!
You don't have to have one. It just makes my life so much easier. It does. Because I'm not. I like move. I move too much. So I can't hold it. Anyways, I'm Sarah Stevens, also known as Sarah Stevens on Ravelry and Sarah Stevens on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope. Yeah.
She's known as Sarah Stevens 11.
Oh,
in those
shoot.
places.
Well, there is that. Sarah Stevens 11. Yeah. Yeah.
We always forget the 11 part.
It's because that was the one that had to randomly be generated.
Yes.
Because some other Sarah Stevens was out there on all of those other places. It's not a common name or anything. No.
That's fine.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, you can find me at the Geekly You blog too.
Yes.
And I have a group on Ravelry.
She does.
And you should come join our group on Ravelry.
You should. The Ohloops group, because we are the indie diaries behind Ohloops. Seriously, guys, we were just joking before recording that the intro is always the part we have the hardest time with. And Sarah made the comment that it's sad because that part never changes.
It never changes.
And we can never remember all the things we're supposed to say. So, maybe by episode 100 we'll have it all down.
Probably not. Probably not going to happen.
No.
So what are you wearing?
I am wearing my Tubularity by Martina Bem. And I'll take it off so you guys can see it. I have it all kind of jimmy rigged to work for the way I like to wear it. But I knit this last summer?
Mm-hmm. 2 summers ago.
2 summers ago. And it's a long tube type cowl that you can stick your head inside of if you want. I don't like to wear it that way. I don't have a very long neck, and so for me that's just to bunch all, I think there's 7 colors up to right here is just way too much for me. So I don't do that. But I really like mine. I went kind of in this like semi-solid variegated pattern all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And I started with the Evan colorway from 3 Irish Girls, and then I have the Coffee Break from Mrs. Babs, and then I have Phantom of the Opera from Sarah and I, and this is the Christmas birch trees that I used on Allie's Cowl Me Cowl.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is James Dean, which was from our very first kit that we did, or clubs, excuse me, that we did. And then this one is called Clockwork, which was from another club. It was from our Steampunk Club. And then this one is, it's from our Broadway collection. It's from the musical Les Mis. What is the name of this one? I don't remember either. It's one of the songs. It's one of the songs, and I can't remember what it is. But I really love this. I don't wear it as much because so when you construct it, you put these 3 buttons on it, and there is the one buttonhole at the bottom, and so you can, button it up however you want. But I almost needed more buttonholes to wear it the way I like to wear it. So instead of wearing it the way that it's photographed in the picture, I always just button it once, and then stick whatever end I'm not showing inside the other.
This sounds really goofy, but could you possibly, is it possible for you to button it?
Oh, probably, maybe.
More than, I don't know. Does that help? Does that not help? No, not really.
I don't know. Maybe.
Not really. Probably, huh?
Yeah, no, I guess not. So, I always just take one end and stick it inside. That didn't work. Stick it inside the open end. And then just wear whatever end out, you know, that I'm feeling at the moment. So, but I love it. It was a fun knit. It was just one of those, it took me most of the summer, but it was really enjoyable, and I liked watching the transitions of the colors. So, I like it. And I do not remember, I think I knit it on a US, it was like a 3 or a 4.
I think you knit on a 4 because I knit mine on a 2
Yeah, so I must have.
to teach that class with.
Yeah, so US size 4. Yeah.
I loved that. I wanted the FL. Anyways, I am today wearing my Serafina shawl. It's more of a shawlette that I designed, which I really like it.
I love that one.
It's really fun. My daughter steals it all the time. I should rephrase that. My middle kiddo, my youngest daughter, she steals all the time because it's very sweet. She's into this whole, she wears my shawls to school every day.
Emma does that.
It's not my oldest. She wears socks every day, or most of the time anyways, but she never has been into the shawls, and Caitlin is very much into the shawls. The 198 Yards of Heaven is one of her favorites, and so I think I'm going to make her like her own few little shawlettes.
Yeah.
This year, they're just Caitlin geared, like not,
Yes.
I won't have the intention to wear them.
That would be cute.
But
You should. Emma does that all the time. She wore my Holden shawlette to school the other day and came home and told me that her friend Addison wanted one. Can you make this for Addison? Sure.
See, you're nice on me, Addison. Probably not,
Well,
but
I didn't actually say. I said we'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see.
just depends.
Yes.
Yeah, this shawl was a kit shawl that we released in the summer. What was it, like June?
No, August.
August?
It was August. It came out with the one I was wearing last week.
That's right. Yeah, that was a fun little outing to take pictures.
Yeah, it was. It was a good one.
I liked our little location. It had a lot of different interesting places.
It did.
We should do that one again.
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
We're a little tangent.
Can you tell?
This morning.
It is later this morning than it was last week when I was completely tongue-tied, but I'm still only on cup coffee number 1.
Me too.
So,
And I apologize in advance, you guys, if I'm sniffling or coughing. I've been very sick, so we almost didn't record today, but we decided that we wanted to. So I apologize in advance if I'm coughing or sneezing or any of those things. And I'm not going to give Sarah the plague. I really won't.
I have a can of Lysol.
She's going to start spraying me down.
Start coughing and I'll spray it.
Good to know.
I'm so sensitive.
Oh,
Oh my
that's
gosh. Okay, so moving right along.
I don't have anything cast on, but I do have some planning that I wanted to show.
Okay.
And then I have a project that I started for Knit Life that's not actually knitting, but I still wanted to talk about it. So,
Oh, good. I like this.
yes.
Oh, I want to see it.
So Sarah and I have fallen in love with this new shawl pattern that came out, or I guess they're calling it a wrap, but it's
It's so big.
the Because I Love You wrap. What is her name?
I don't remember. We'll include it in the down bars.
We will, because I can't remember the designer's name. But Andre Sunitz showed it recently on her podcast.
A bunch of podcasters
Yes.
were testing it.
Yes, they were. And Sarah and I have decided that we want to make it. So I'm trying to determine which 2 skeins I want. And I did show a picture of this on Instagram, and I will show everyone the combo that most people say I should use. Which I'm probably going to use. I just haven't 100% decided. But
Oh, and see, I figured out which one I'm going to use, which makes
Did
me a
you?
little nervous because I'm going to be shy yardage on both of them.
By a lot, or?
I think maybe by a lot. So we'll see, because I want to use the new Valentine's skeins that we just did, and they're on.
You should still be okay. I think it's like 300 and something of each. And ours are 320, aren't they? Or 328? Yeah, you should probably be okay. We'll see. We'll have to look. Okay, so my first combo that I put up was the 3 Irish Girls, which is the Springville sock that I got for Christmas, and the Birds of Feather colorway, with the Eggplant colorway from Malabrigo. So that was my first combo. And I really do like it, but after looking at it, Sarah and I determined that I don't know that I would wear it very much. But it is so pretty together.
It's beautiful.
So I don't
it's
know.
very much my color scheme.
It is.
Very
it's
much my color
mature.
scheme. So
And
I
then
love it.
This one I'm extremely drawn to, and I don't know why.
I do, because you have always loved the knitted quit skein.
Yes. And it's very fall.
It's very fall.
So this is Knitted Wit in the Autumn Rainbow. And then I was thinking about pairing it with this Madeline Tosh Vintage, which is the Baltic colorway. And sorry, my yarn tag fell off and is at home. And there is something very stunning about this combo. In the picture you couldn't see the blue coming through, but when you see the blue with it,
I love it. I'm
having a hard time saying no to this combo. And then the last 3 all use the same semi-solid. So this is the Headmaster colorway from our Harry Potter collection. And I was thinking about either pairing it with this skein, which is Fantine, which came from our Disney collection, or with this skein that Sarah dyed, and I honestly can't remember what this was or what it was for. It went up just recently, though.
I don't remember.
And I don't remember the name. I'm not great at names for you guys today. I apologize.
Too early.
And they're both on our platinum. But I really like the subtleness of the mauve color that's in this that pulls with that. So this was honestly the one I was leaning towards most before I picked the other ones. And then this is the combo that everyone has said I should do. And this, like I said, is the Harry Potter, and it's the Headmaster colorway. And this is the skein of yarn that I dyed this year for the Harry Potter winners. And this is the Nargles colorway. And it has these same pops of the purple. So this is the combo that everyone says I should go with.
I love that combo too.
And it would be very
feel like this is very much of a you combo. I can't get past it.
It is. My only hesitation with this one is that because it has the brown, I think I would only wear it with brown things. And I wear gray more than I wear brown. I do wear a lot of
brown and gray together?
Not very often. No.
Why?
I don't know, I just don't. I don't know.
That's really funny. Gray's like my neutral. I'll wear it with black or brown or whatever.
I wear cream with brown or yellow or orange or blue.
No, they're all neutrals.
But I don't usually wear black or gray with brown.
That is so funny.
So I guess chime
That
in,
is so funny.
guys. If you haven't seen the picture on Instagram and haven't chimed in there, let me know which combo you're thinking. Most everybody says this one, which I do really love, and I think it would be beautiful in that particular pattern. So I'm just not 100% sold yet, so I haven't cast on. Because I want to make sure I make
That
the
is
right
so
choice.
funny. Give me that skein of yarn.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. No,
Which one?
the one that I like.
The Fantine?
Does it have a tag on it?
Yeah.
Look at this. Take off your thingy.
It's falling apart anyway.
Yeah, take it off. Look at this. You seriously?
Actually, okay, I can't say I don't wear brown and gray, because there's brown and gray on this.
I know that.
So
You would not wear that. It looks good together.
I don't know, maybe. Ow, it's stuck on my earring. Ouch. Okay. I don't know, maybe. I'd wear it more with brown than I would
You're
with
killing me. You're killing me. You're totally killing me.
I don't know. But I truly can't say that I wouldn't wear it together, because it's in this shawl together, or this cowl, and I like them there.
The interesting things that we learn about each other.
Right?
That is funny.
So,
Okay.
I do love it with
I
the
think it would look
Pantene,
nice.
so I might have to go with that one.
With brown or gray.
Mm-hmm.
Or black. Even though there's brown in it. It's no longer a faux pas
Oh, I don't think it's a faux pas.
to mix brown and black.
No. Yeah. I don't, it's not that it's a faux pas. I just
Remember
don't.
in the 80s, though, when people were like, I'm wearing black shoes, therefore I must not wear
Yes.
a brown belt?
Yes. Because it was
Or the
very faux
90s.
pas.
It must have been the early 90s.
See, now my shawl's all...
Because I made you mess it up.
Yeah, jeez.
Well, I'm excited to see what everybody says and what you decide.
Me too. I decided I'm not going to cast onto it right this second. I want to get the other two done, I think, first. But I do plan to make it. Although there is a knit-along going on right now with it, so
I know.
there's that part
I
of
want
it.
to cast onto it immediately, but then I want to cast onto my my rainbow one as well, and I kind of want to knit them both at the same time.
That could be fun.
Because one would be a blue set, and one would be like a pink set.
Yes.
So I would feel like I'm not knitting the same, even though they're designed similarly, I think, in the way that one,
Right.
I don't know.
Yes, I agree. And then I finally got started on my knitting journal. And this was the perfect way to do it for me. Before I was a knitter, I was a scrapbooker, and when I have time, I still try to scrapbook. I unfortunately haven't done a lot of it lately. But this is the Simple Stories. They're kind of like scrapbook kits in a way, but they're a new form of scrapbooking where they come with pre-made, pre-sized and pre-made little inserts, and then page protectors that have specific cutouts for those things. So you can have like pictures that are those sizes, or you can use these little inserts or whatever. And Sarah and I were looking, and we've both found a set that we like. Mine, I think, is called Homespun.
Yeah.
But I had a bunch left over from the Mickey Mouse Disney, it's called Magic something, I think, from when I made a scrapbook for my aunt after we came back from our trip. And it was similar colors to the one that I want. So I decided I would start with what I had and then buy more as I needed. But anyway, so it's in this cute little turquoise and brown binder. And on the front cover it just says January, February, and March projects completed. And I will make a list of the things that I completed this month. And I'm breaking it up into 3-month brackets.
That'll be good.
So, and it's not finished because I'm kind of taking notes as I go. So this is, like, the couple that I have so far in here are the Lalo that I'm working on. So I just have the name of the pattern, I have my little yarn, I have the yarn tag, I have her picture of the pattern, and then I have space over here so I can take a picture of mine when it's completed and put it there.
I like that.
And then on the other page I have, when I put projects into Ravelry, I always give them a funny name. So, like, the Lalo I'm calling Lalo Until After the Storm, because
Cute. I
I'm
like
using
it.
the After the Storm colorway. So I have the name of what I've called it on the other page, and then I have the date that I cast on, a space for the date that I finished, who it's designed by, the size of needles that I used, the size I made, the yarn, the colorway name, I'll put the yardage, and then I just have little notes about how I'm feeling about it so far. And so, like, because I'm using it for a knit along, like, I have the hashtag that it was for and what I did it for, and I'm just, like, talking about, you know, my thoughts about knitting the pattern. So I have that one added, and I have my Robin Hood one added. I don't have a picture of the pattern because I didn't print this one out, so I just have space to put my picture in there. And then I've added, this will be where my socks go, the pattern scored socks. And then I have Sarah's 74. And I have this cute little sticker down here that says Insta Love because I fell in love with it instantly. So I just thought that was fun.
I like your pages.
So, but I'm really liking it. I haven't had a chance to add the cabaret hat yet or the socks I'm working on. But I'm kind of just taking it a little bit at a time and doing it as I have time to do it. And I'm enjoying it. And it's nice because this is sometimes easier for me to do because I can just sit down and do it rather than going and adding it to Ravelry. And then once I have time to go and put the information in Ravelry, I won't have to try to remember what I did. It'll all be right here. But then I can also have this as something nice that shows what I did each year.
Right.
And I think I'm going to try to keep a new one for each year. And then there's this perfect spot right here. I can just put the
Okay.
date. Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for Sarah to get all her stuff and do it
I
too.
know.
And this is perfect for me because it totally appeals to my scrapbooker heart.
See, and I have decided I want to use the inserts and the little extra pieces, but I'm not a scrapbooker. I'm a list maker. So I actually decided to go mine a bullet journal route, which is very much my style. I have a bullet journal in my everyday life.
Right.
So I'm going to incorporate the two.
Yes.
So I finally found a book that will let me do that. I just have to order it.
Cool.
But I think it'll be easier because I will only have to go back for a little while to include the stuff that I want to include
Nice.
for January. You know what I mean? So I think once you and I both get to the point where we've included all of our January stuff, it'll be a lot easier to just include your new stuff.
Right.
So
Yes.
it feels like more busy work right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But part of that is too because I cast on to 9 million projects this month. So there is that.
Okay. So I have this FO.
I love them.
And I went ahead and wrote up this pattern because I had a lot of people asking for it. So, and it's called Olive Trunkless Elephants because I love trunkless elephants. Get it? It's kind of funny. Anyways, Olive Trunkless Elephants is available on Ravelry now. And it is a pattern that is knit toe up with a modified pinstripe that works on the top of the foot and then around the leg. So I'm in love with them. This yarn is from Dana of Unwind Yarn Company in her Journey sock base. And it is the Trunkless Elephant colorway. And then the cuff, I used a mini skein of some hazelnuts sock that I had hanging out. I think I got it from a swap or something. I honestly don't remember what it's from. But there's that. I knit these guys on my Hiya Sharps US size 0 2.0 millimeter knitting needle. And I'm thoroughly pleased with them. But I feel like this is the perfect casual sock if you were to use one particular base or another, like maybe a Patton's base or something.
Mm-hmm.
It would feel very good and casual. But then if you use something like the Journey sock or a silk base or something like that, it could feel very business
Right.
oriented.
I love
I don't know.
I love everything about them.
I can't wait to cast on a second pair. But the pattern is up and ready for you guys. So, I love it. So that was my only, my first FO. You have an FO. Do you need blockers?
No, I have one. Well, sure. I'll take those. So I can't technically count this as an FO because when I originally decided to make these, I was just going to make them, like I was saying, I can't actually call them a complete finished object because when I first cast onto them, I had every intention of just making them these two. I was just going to wear them as mismatched socks and call it good. I fell in love with this colorway though, and as I was knitting it, I kept telling myself, I should go and get another one and have two of these. And from the moment I cast these on until I was biting them off the other night, my husband kept saying, who are those socks for? He really likes this. So on Friday I went with the kids and got 2 more balls, so I am going to make another one. So even though it is a pair, and it was originally supposed to be a pair together, I will be making 2 more. One for me, one for him. But they are knit exactly the same. They're knit toe up on my US size 2s, and to make them fit better, I did a 2x2 rib all the way up the leg. And they look really funny right now because they're on Sarah's sock blockers and her feet are clearly way smaller than mine. So, like, yeah, if you were to fold the whole toe down, they would look okay. They look really funny. But I'm very happy with them. I like how both of the yarns knit up.
Mm-hmm.
And I am excited to get them done and wear them.
So did you use every bit of your 50
Oh,
grams
yeah.
for that sock?
I have. So of both of them, I have that much left.
That is almost a serious game of yarn chicken.
Yes. Yeah. So there's barely enough. I will maybe be able to get a square. Maybe. We'll see. I might have to do one square with both of them.
I was gonna say you might.
Because I think I even have slightly less of the pink one left.
You might have to wait until you make your second socks of each one, and then combine
There
your
you
little
go,
balls
yeah.
together to get a square.
Yes. So
Because our squares take 10 grams.
they do. But I really am happy with him, and he tried it on last night, and it fits him perfectly, and mine fits perfectly as well. Which is so funny though, and I cannot figure out what this is. So, I always knit my socks to 8 inches before I increase from my heel. It's always fit perfectly. These seem so much bigger than they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep looking at how long they are, but my gauge isn't any different.
But they aren't that long on your sock blockers.
No, but putting them on, they're still
Really?
slightly bigger. Which I thought was strange, so I don't know. Joel said the same thing too. He's like, they feel a little bigger.
Than normal?
They fit fine, so I don't
Yeah.
mind how they fit, but they just look really long to me.
I like them.
I like them too. So I'm very happy with them. I bought another one of each. So, and the green one is called Cascade Colors. And the pink and blue one is called Cameo Colors. So exactly the same as what I had before.
I cast onto another sock because, well, here's the real reason why. This year I wanted to do a couple things that I don't normally do. And I think we've talked about this on previous episodes, but I wanted to knit a pair of socks with DPNs. I also wanted to try again knitting a pair of socks cuffed down. And I also wanted to try in cutting an afterthought heel in. And I wanted to try a rounded toe. And of course, my thought process is, let's just do it all at once. Let's not space it out over 4 pairs of socks. We're going to do it all together. So unfortunately, when I ordered my DPNs, I ordered a pair of Knitter's Pride Carbons 2.0 millimeters. And they're not going to be here until Tuesday. I'm going to be done with this sock, which is fine. It's fine. The next pair I'll try it again on. And I already have planning because we went shopping. So, but I got my first one done. It's in my little sock ruler so that way you can see my rounded toe better. But I knit these guys cuff down on my Hiya Sharps US size 0 2.0 millimeter needle with a 1x1 twisted rib for 20 rounds. Then I knit 3 complete sets of the 6 stripe repeat, and then I started my rounded toe. And I had never done a rounded toe before, and it was intriguing to me. I don't remember what podcast I was watching, but they showed up a rounded toe. And I thought, that looks really cool and I want to try it. But obviously it would be really complicated to try it, or it would be more fiddly than I would want it to be, I guess, if I did it toe up. So I need to do that, cuff down. Perfect time to start that. So all I did for mine is, because my stitch count was divisible by 8, I knit 6, knit 2 together all the way around, and then I knit 2 rounds, and then I knit 5, knit 2 together, and knit 2 rounds. And I did that until I had to just knit 2 together until there were 8 stitches left, essentially. and then I just pulled my yarn through it and secured it. I don't have a hole or anything. It just looks like the top of a hat or the tip of a mitten. And I'm really happy with it. I'm using Coloring Book yarns. It is an 80-20, 80% BFL, 20% nylon base, right? Is that right?
I think so.
There might be some merino in here too. Let me check. Nope, there isn't. It's 80% BFL and 20% nylon. 400 yards per 100 gram skein in the September colorway. But it seemed very Valentine's Day to me. So I loved this. I have determined I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut in my heels per the Curvy Werby video tutorial. I have that saved so I can watch as I'm doing it. And I have started on my second sock, and I'm almost done with my first repeat. Well, I am done with my first repeat. I'm starting on my second one, so I only have 2 more repeats to go, and then I can go ahead and put my toe in. The semi-solid gray that I'm using is some BFL from us. So we have a 80-20 BFL as well. And so I found some scraps of that. And I'm using that, and I'm really enjoying it.
I love it.
I really love
it. It is very Valentine's.
You can find them at coloringbookyarns.etsy.com. So she's on Etsy.
Yes.
And she was really, really sweet too when I ordered this. So, because I couldn't decide on what I wanted to order, and she was really sweet and helped me out. So, this one, yep, I love it. So hopefully by the next time we podcast, sock number 2 will be done, and maybe I will have a heel cut in. I don't know.
I have to try to get one of my mustache yarn tubes done so that we can do that together.
That would be fun.
I'm still very nervous about that whole thing, but it is what it is.
It'll be good.
Yes.
So, the project of firsts. That is all I have been knitting on, period. So I was busy typing up patterns, busy dyeing yarn, busy working on all of the new things with this sock, and I have no more knitting.
So in my absolutely beautiful silver shed box bag, it is my little birdies. I love this bag. I got cast onto a pair of socks for my daughter Jillian. So I just have a little toe as of right now, and I love that my yarn and my bag match.
I do.
And this is, so last year during, I think we dyed these in February.
Of last year, we did.
Yeah. So last year when Diane was doing the rainbow along, Sarah and I wanted to dye yarn that was just rainbow inspired as well, because she inspired us to do rainbow things.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah dyed this absolutely beautiful neon explosion of rainbowness, and it's called Rainbow Remix, and it is just a neon rainbow. And I had originally cast on to,
That was the other one.
yes,
That was the more
yes,
regular rainbow.
right,
That is destined to be socks. It's just ready
yes,
to go.
and that's this. So I had originally cast on to a hat for Emma in this last year.
Oh, I remember
And
that.
it's called the excess hat.
Mm-hmm.
It was the hat she picked out, and I am still going to make it for her, and I'm going to use similar colors. But I just don't know, for me, because I think you have to use like size 5 or 6 needles for the brim, and our platinum is just such a skinny fingering that it was not creating the fabric that I liked, and it was just floppy, and I just didn't care for it. So I ripped it out. I still do want to make the hat because I think the hat is very pretty. But I was looking at this, and it's so very much Jillian, because to me, it not only does it look like a neon rainbow, it reminds me of My Little Ponies.
Yes, it does.
And she loves those, as does Allie. So I decided that I wanted to have my shawl for the Rainbow Along, but I also wanted to have these for Rainbow Along. So
That's my plan.
Yeah, I've cast onto one, and
Socks and shawl.
I'm hoping to get one done this month and then do the other one in February. So.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah. And I was originally going to use these needles that I have on here, which are my US size 2 Hayahayas, and cast onto the second green sock for Joel. And I was going to knit Jillian's on a 0 and try to do them 2 at a time, because I have a really long cable on my zeros. It's like a 32 or something. But I could not find them last night. So that was slightly disappointing, because I did want a little tighter fabric for hers, and I did want to try to do them 2 at a time to get them done quicker. But I couldn't find them, so I decided just cast onto the one, get it done, do Joel's sock, and then go back and do them.
With my experience in kid socks, you're actually going to want it to be a looser gauge, because their feet are so much fatter and
This
rounder.
is so true, and she does have very
And they
fat
need
feet.
they need more space to grow, because they just haven't flattened out as much.
Yeah. That
So
is
you'll
true.
actually really like
Yeah.
that you didn't have an ironclad sock for her.
This is true. And I think the last pair of
Sounds
socks
funny.
I made her are on it too as well. Because I knit that, I test knit that one pattern for you that was in your electric, I think I did Electric Avenue or Electric, no, I did
Shock.
Yes, Electric Shock. And
That's
those
what
were on
one
it
you
too.
did.
Yes, and they were on it too. And they fit her great. She still wears them. So, but I'm really happy with it. It's a lot of fun. I think it's cute as socks. And it's still very Valentine's-esque in a way as well. So I haven't decided, because this wasn't one of the ones I was originally going to knit for Jillian, I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it and give it to her for Christmas or if I'm going to give it to her for Valentine's Day.
Cute.
So,
I have big Valentine's
see.
plans this year. They're not Valentine's plans, they're February plans. I feel like I keep adding all of these things that I need to accomplish in February. February is like the month. I have my rainbow socks that I want to cast on February 1st. I have the rainbow shawl that I want to work on for Diane's. I want to work on the Because I Love You out of our new Valentine's collection. And I also want to make my husband a pair of socks.
nice.
And I think I need to find myself a really good workhorse yarn for him. And I think he'll use it more as house socks, but I do want to make him a pair. And he doesn't have manly size feet. Like, they're not like size 11 monster, sizes that I won't get done for a long time.
Right.
He just has like a size 8.
So you just need to make my size socks.
Basically, yeah.
Try the patterns. Joel really liked it. He tried
Yeah.
it on, and he liked the thickness of it, and he even likes that it's, I wouldn't say it's scratchy. It's not scratchy, but it's...
No, it's very woolly though.
Yes,
It's,
and he liked that. I didn't think he would, because he's somewhat sensitive to that. Like, one of the hats I've made him is a little too woolly for him, but he really liked the socks.
so 20 minutes.
Yes, 20 Minutes for Me, which is our new segment, and it's based off of an idea that Sarah had that is revolved kind of around the word that she came up with for herself. And it's just about doing something every day for 20 minutes that's just for you.
Yeah.
And as Sarah mentioned last week, her 20 minutes for the month of January is going to be spinning.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that my 20 minutes is going to be reading. I'm a huge reader, but lately I just haven't really had the time to sit down and read. And that's sad for me, because truthfully, I think the written word is my favorite media. I mean, if I had to choose between that or movies or TV or anything, I would choose books, hands down. So I will probably, my 20 minutes is going to be, for January, will be to read, but I will continue to read this probably in through February, because I don't know that I'll have it all finished. But I decided that I wanted to read The Lake House by Kate Morton, who I honestly have to say is probably one of my favorite authors. I've loved everything she's written.
Yeah, me too.
Other books of hers are The Secret Keeper, The Distant Hours, The House at Riverton, and then my personal favorite is The Forgotten Garden. And a couple years ago, we did a Raka, which was a read-along, knit-along, and we dyed yarn after that book, and then all read it. And my cousin Jackie's shop, Lip Syncing Ladybug, made bags. I love every single thing about Kate Morton books. Sarah had made the comment, and unfortunately you guys didn't get to see her make this comment, that it's like sitting down and having a conversation with somebody. Because Kate Morton she's become famous for writing a story that kind of flip-flops back and forth between two different eras. And you get so immersed in each time period and each set of characters and how it all ties together. And it truly is like going to someone's house and having a conversation about things that they remember, or, you know, things that it reminds me of talking to my grandmother and listening to her tell me about things that she did when she was younger, you know, like working at the Davenport Hotel and things like that. It's just...
But it's like a generational, like, conversation. Like, okay, you're going to laugh at me, but it reminds me of, like, if this were practical magic.
Yes.
And it's, like, multi-generational, sitting around the coffee table, having a cup of coffee, and talking about, remember when you were, you know, this age, and I remember this happening, and then your mom saying, oh my gosh, I remember that happening, and then getting her perspective. And seeing it from two different people's eyes, the same time period that's happening. I love that.
Me too.
It's good.
Yes.
It's like good for the soul.
It's
good.
And I think for me, because Jane Austen is my absolute all-time favorite author, Kate Morton does have a similar flow to her writing that Jane does, so that's easy. It of course doesn't have the wording that Jane Austen does, so it's easier. Yeah, it's easier to follow, but it's a similar flow to that. So, but Sarah and I decided we still want to do the book club thing in the Ohloops group, but we're going to do it slightly differently. We're actually going to take 2 months now to read each book, and it's not going to be as formal.
Yeah, or longer if we need it to be.
And I'm going to try and actually do some discussion on the books, and because this is going to be my 20 minutes, I will actually discuss it as I read it and then at the end. And we may or may not dye colorways for the books, we're not sure. We didn't dye one for this. We did decide that it would have been a very beautiful colorway to dye one for, though, because the cover is pretty, and then there's this beautiful floral print on the inside. Yeah, it'd be beautiful. But it's called The Lake House by Kate Morton. So if you would like to read along with me, please feel free to do so. I will put the information about the book in the Ohloops book club thread on Ravelry.
Yep.
So that is my 20 minutes for me.
Yeah, I want to read that too.
I'm on chapter 2, and so far it's very good. And as per usual, I was hooked from the very first page. So
it's usually how it goes.
Yep.
See, that's the problem for me, is that I get hooked with her so quickly. I will read her book in 2 sittings.
That's what I did with Forgotten Garden. So Sarah and I actually started the Forgotten Garden 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
We've done it for 2 book clubs.
Yes, and it was a book that I selected for our book club, and at that time we hosted this big huge book club, and you had a month to read the book.
There were like 13 of us or something like that.
Yeah.
It was big.
And that month, whichever month it was that we had originally read it, it was just a crazy busy month for me, and I hadn't had a chance to do it. I think I had read 1 or 2 chapters. And it's like a 500 or 600 page book, you guys. And I sat down the night before book club and was like, well, I'm going to try to read a little bit more of it and at least have enough that I can talk about it. It was a book I chose. I want to at least be able to say something. And I finished the book that night because I could not put it down.
And it sucked because I couldn't talk to her at all about it.
Yeah.
Because, hurry up.
She's like, I don't want to ruin it for you. I love it.
Because it was that way. The minute I picked it up, I was done.
Yep.
It was like, I picked it up on a Friday night. Sunday, late afternoon, it was done with.
Yes. It's an incredible book. So if you haven't read any of Kate Morton's books, I strongly suggest starting with The Forgotten Garden. It wasn't her first. The first one was The House at Riverton, I believe. Mm-hmm. Forgotten Garden was her second. But
read Distant Hours, it's good.
I have read that one too. I haven't read The Secret Keeper one. That one she came out with last year or the year before, so I haven't read that one.
I don't have that one yet.
I do have it, but I haven't read it yet. But I love her. I love her.
So, I'll start with this one. Because my 20 minutes for me this month was spinning, I really wanted to get a couple more drop spindles for me. And I used to have a really nice Ashford one, and then when my dog was a puppy, it got a hold of it, and then I bought another one, and then it got a hold of that one. So I, at that point, stopped buying any wooden spindle.
Yes.
And except for my little mini Turkish, and that was the only one that I had, which was really hard for me because plying on that is near impossible.
Right.
So I have a bunch of singles that I've just never applied because I didn't have any spindles to do so. So, anyways, I purchased 2 drop spindles from Turtle Made and specifically asked for a business card from Jen and said, can you please leave one in my box so that way I can talk about you on the podcast. Turtle Made is on Etsy, turtlemade.etsy.com, and it's Jen Kemry, and she is out of Pennsylvania. And she makes fantastic 3D printed spindles, and I thought it was so fun because Vanessa, my oldest, is taking that class and said, I'm going to take measurements and I'm going to do that. I really want to make you a drop spindle. So I wanted to have something so she could kind of see what they look like and give her some options, and then also I wanted them to. But Jen has all the different colors that you can choose from. I went with translucent colors. She gives you almost a full ounce of just some bare naked roving to work with. And of course I immediately had to start testing one of them out just to see. It feels like a rambouillet and it spins like a dream, which is fun. It's very well balanced. That's been awesome, but I am in love with it. This one is the flower cutout, laser cutout. She has a bunch of different ones that you can choose from, a bunch of different designs. But this one I chose to have the flower a different color than the shaft, which I thought was fun. And it's just so sweet. But this one I decided to do all the purple.
I like it.
She has her logo printed, like lasered into the bottom
Oh, that's cool.
of them and along, here we are, along the side. And if you want to see, like she even says, Turtle Made Atomic Flower. That is the type of spindle this is. So if you wanted to know which one each of yours were, she prints them on there. It's just,
Cool.
I love it. It was a fun mail surprise for me. And the thing that is the best part about all of this is they spin like a dream. They're really fun and colorful and pretty, which is also great. Because they're 3D printed, they come apart very easily. So when I'm ready to take this off, this just slides off the shaft fairly. It's awesome. It all comes apart so you can lay it all flat. But the other thing is they were only $15 each.
That's okay.
So I think I spent like $34 including shipping.
Wow.
For 2 awesomely well-made, colorful, fun drop spindles. So, awesome. Awesome, awesome. So again, Turtle Made on Etsy. She even has glow-in-the-dark ones. I really was
cool.
thinking about doing a glow-in-the-dark
Could
one.
you imagine having a glow-in-the-dark one and like going camping?
I know, that's
and
kind
being
of why
able
I
to
was
see?
thinking. I know.
That
So
would be fun.
before summer hits, I'm going to have one because then I can sit on my porch or wherever and have fun spinning, and
In the dark.
it'll just be fun. Like, we should almost have a spin, like a midnight spin-in or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. I like it.
Under the stars? I don't know. Anyways, so that was my first mail. So, this came in the mail for me as well.
I love it.
This was a huge surprise to me. I got this package from Freckled Whimsy in the mail, and on the outside of the mail envelope, it just says, just because. And I sat there for a second before I opened it up, and I thought, what is this? And so I opened it, and inside was this blue alpaca bag. And she had watched one of our previous podcasts, and I was eyeing Lydia's blue alpaca bag, and she's like, because I knew that you really, really wanted it.
Yes.
You guys, our community is just so sweet. I love my gift. Thank you so very much, Carrie. It is awesome. I've been using it for my new sock projects. I'm thrilled with it. Totally thrilled with it.
It's very sweet.
Very sweet. I don't know exactly what size this one is. It's like a smaller sock nanny size. And I don't know if this is a regular size that's in her shop. But she said she had a little bit of leftovers, and that's how she made it. So,
Very cool.
yeah. It was an awesome, awesome surprise. I got this in the mail from Work and Shelter. Here we are, from Feel Good Yarn Company. And this is Feel Good Yarn Company's silver spun yarn. They contacted me and asked me if I wanted to work with it and review it, and I was beyond pleased to receive this. This is a really fun thing, and I'm just going to give you like my first really quick, and then I'll start knitting with it and give you a good review on it. But it is 87% combed cotton, 5% silver, 5% nylon, and 3% spandex. It's 400 yards of a heavy fingering or a sport weight. It says US size 1 to 3 needle is the preferred needle size. And just really quick, it's kind of neat. The benefits of working with this yarn, it says the silver content in silver spun makes it therapeutic and conductive. Silver inhibits the growth of odor-causing bacteria, has excellent thermal properties, is non-toxic, and is perfect for those suffering from diabetes, arthritis, and sensitive skin. Silver is also an excellent conductive agent, thus allowing smartphone or tablet touch screen use while wearing gloves knit from the yarn. The silver is permanently adhered to the yarn and will not wash out. Really cool.
That is cool.
So I'm very excited to start working with this. I haven't nailed my project exactly that I want to do 100%, but part of me kind of really wants to make a pair of socks out of it.
It would be.
So that came in the mail.
That's
You
very cool.
should take a turn.
Okay. This came in the mail from me from Knitter's Pride, and it's their their knit blockers. I am so excited about these. They sent these to me and asked me if I would like to use them and review them. I haven't had a chance to open them yet, but I've seen pictures of everyone blocking their shawls with these, and I don't know if you guys can see up here in the corner, they're the little wooden ones that have the prongs. So I'm very excited to use these on my shawls. They're very great. So it says, contains 12 blockers with 8 pins, 8 blockers with 4 pins. Caution, knit blockers contain sharp pins,
Really
which
pointy.
may be dangerous if not used correctly. Always store your knit blockers in this case when you do not use. Do not allow children to play with the knit blockers. And you can find these at knitterspride.com. And they do come in this very cool container that you just house them in. So I'm hoping to use them on the TGV that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago that I haven't had a chance to block yet. So
This is a relatively new product from Knitter's Pride. We started selling these up at AGY 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah,
And they were hugely popular. And I can understand why. Especially if you have, first of all, you are able to make your lines so much cleaner and neater. You can definitely tell the shawls that are blocked
yes,
with the knit blockers versus T-pins.
yes,
And if you have cats,
totally.
especially really awesome kittens who do know how to take T-pins out of your knitting projects, and when you're blocking really big shawls like my 74, I wish I would have had knit blockers, because Sam would jump up on my blocking mat and pull with his feet or with his mouth out my T-pins, which is really unsafe. If I had those,
He wouldn't be able to do that.
he couldn't pull them out
Right.
for that. So I'm excited
Yes.
for you to try them out
Me
and
too.
play with them.
And it says that they are rust-resistant stainless steel pins. So
Mhm.
I'm very excited. So I will get those going, and I will tell you all about them next time.
And then I will steal them so I can reblock some of my shawls.
And I'm so excited. I'm going to reblock a couple of mine. I was actually trying to figure out which ones I was going to wear today. And I have this one that I knit a long time ago that has completely rolled up on
Mhm.
itself, and yeah.
It would be awesome.
So yes,
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Okay, next thing. I guess I can do another one now.
Yep.
Earlier this week, Sarah called me, and I just felt yucky, and so she decided that she wanted to get me yarn to make me feel better. And we've talked about this for a while. So we got some of the Arnie and Carlos Regia design line. And this says it is, so mine's called Regia Design Line Garden Effects, and it's the Autumn Harvest colorway, which is perfect for me. And it is 75% wool, 25% polyamide. And I got 2 of them because they are 50-gram balls, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. You guys see that? Look how beautiful they are. They're perfect. They're very much me. Very fall-inspired tones.
I want to see them knit up, because
Me
the pattern on the
too.
front looks fun.
It does. I don't know if I can get close enough for you guys to see that. But that's what it says it's going to knit up like. So I'm excited about that.
It just looks so much fun.
It does.
I feel like you're going to start knitting on that sock, and
It's
within
gonna
a
just
night,
be
you're
done.
going to be done. Like, I'm not going to go to bed until I get at least to the heel, and then it'll
Yeah.
be at least to part of the leg, and then it'll be, maybe when I get to the cuff,
Yes.
it's going to be that kind of a sock. This one is the Farb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that E's silent.
Oh, and so yours is called Summer Night Color.
Mm-hmm.
love
Summer
that.
Night Color. Arnie and Carlos. 50-gram balls, and there are 2 of them. And my stitch patterning will look a little bit different than yours. So, yeah, Summer Night Color must be die lot number 03657. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So these are going to be my DPNs cast on.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that'll be
Very
good.
nice. Very nice. I have one more. So when I went and got the green and pink
Oh, I
pattern
love that.
score, I picked up another one that is also very fall looking to me, and this one is called Clover Colors.
It's perfect.
So I might have to make them in March.
Yeah, you do.
So, more patterns crying.
All the patterns correct.
I know. I'm really enjoying them actually. It's like Sarah says with her stripes. It's like, well, I just want to get to one more stripe, and because these are a gradient, it's so much fun to watch the colors change up the sock.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really enjoying those.
Well, and it's a different texture. Most of my sock yarn has nylon in it, or is a superwash of a sort. So it's really fun having a different texture,
Yes.
a different fiber content, which is why these are so fun, because it's different than what I've been working with. It's beautiful.
Right.
So
Excited to get those cast on. I think those will be my March socks. And it's strange for me to be picking out yarn for socks.
and it is so exciting
is.
for me that you're picking out sock yarn each month, and you have a month for them. Like, this is gonna be my February socks.
I do. And I got
It
it.
makes my heart so happy.
And I got a new book. The one I have, I didn't purchase. I checked it out from the library. I wanted to see if I liked it before I purchased it. But it's called the Knitter's Book of Socks. Information about toe up, cuff down, different kinds of heels, different kinds of cast-ons, different kinds of bind-offs.
It's all good
different
stuff.
patterns. Yeah, so
Good information stuff.
for me, because I do want to be more intentional with my knitting, I do want to knit more socks because I will wear them. But I want to find the perfect sock for me. So I'm kind of on a mission to do that.
Once you find that perfect sock, I think it just makes knitting. I have my perfect sock recipe that I'll change patterning on, but it's, for me, that works. I'm in the process of releasing a series of mathematical equations for determining the placement and how to and when to turn heels with a toe-up sock that has a gusset. And just so, like, you guys, if you want to change the stitch count of your sock and increase more or less stitches for your gusset, I explain, like, how I determine how many stitches need to be increased for your gusset depending on your foot, and how I determine that with my patterns based on the small, medium, and large sizes, and then how you go about figuring out the formula to decide when to turn your heel.
Right.
So that should be coming out pretty soon, so that way you guys have some information on that, because I feel like the more knowledge you have for socks is better, because everybody's foot's different.
Exactly.
So you'll take little bits and pieces from all these people to make yours fit perfect.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I love socks. Okay, the last thing that I have is more shop related, but it's also male fun stuff too. So,
and I sadly forgot to bring mine, so I can't show mine.
yeah. So do you want me to wait?
No, you can show it.
Okay.
I can always bring mine next time, or if they want to see it, you guys can go look. I did post a picture of it on Instagram.
Okay, so by now everybody should have their first round of clubs. And if you ordered an O Minis starter kit, you will have gotten a big bag.
Yes.
So, here's mine. It's a big blanket bag. And so half of you received a bag like this, and the other half received a bag like Lydia's, and it's teal, and it has glittery arrows in the inside.
Ethan!
Caitlin! It was the funnest fabric to pick out. I enjoyed picking it out so much. I realized how much I like picking out fabric at this point. But it's perfect. So with that kit, you receive as well, sorry for the crinkling, mini skeins, 2 different packages, 10-gram mini skeins total.
Yes, you did.
And I love my bag. I'm using this one for my sweaters. Love it.
Me too.
And you got a pattern and a progress or a stitch marker too, but those were my highlights.
I'm loving it. My blanket is in my bag as well, and I love the size of it.
I love it. It's from Stephanie of Stitch Marks The Spot, and her quality of bags are just spot on. I love them. I love the padding that happens in this one, so that way your needles definitely don't poke through. I love the size. The dimensions are perfect. So,
yes,
awesome. We have a wonderful selection of bag makers to choose from. There's just a huge handful, so it's always fun.
And if you would like your own minis club, they are still available in the shop until February.
Yep, the new set, the new round is up.
Yep.
So
Yes.
there's a few more of those left.
Yes, this is a new segment that Sarah and I wanted to do, and we won't do it all the time, but we realized that we don't always mention other podcasters that we love and enjoy watching, and so we just wanted to give you guys a quick little shout out and tell you how much we enjoy watching you, and let other people know how much we enjoy watching you. So
Yeah, because I definitely have my list that when
me too.
every day when I go log on, I have a new one or sometimes up to 3, depending on when everybody loads their podcast. That
Mhm.
when I don't have them, I feel like out of sorts.
I get
It's
a
so
little
funny.
sad.
I do too. And then I start watching reruns.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, lately, some old favorites that I'm still I love watching Diane of Suburban Stitcher. She's one of my older favorites, and if you haven't had a chance to check her out, you should go check her out. We're currently working with her to do a knit-along that she's hosting, but it's so much fun. It's nice. She's amazing.
She's very sweet.
She is, and she makes bags, so she has her own little Etsy shop too.
SuburbanStitcher.com.
Mm-hmm. So, .etsy.com, yep. So you should totally check her out. Jump on in the Rainbow Along.
Yes.
It'll be lots of fun. So she's one of my favorite old ones.
My hands down favorite old one that I can't get away from is Fat Squirrel. I love Amy Beth. She's truly part of my happy place. She makes me laugh, and I love how honest and real she is in front of the camera.
From
She's
the
just
minute
hysterical.
she introduces, like, it makes me smile when she goes, hello!
Yeah.
And welcome to the Fat Squirrel Speaks. Yeah, I, like, instantly, like, the minute the hello, I smile, and I don't stop smiling at all until after the podcast is well over.
Yeah. And I find myself, like, after watching her episodes, like, I'll be somewhere or doing something, and I'll say something she had said. Like, you take your judgy pants off because they're too tight anyway.
Okay.
Like,
The judgy pants comment was
Your
one of
judgy
my
pants.
favorite.
And I always love how she tells us as viewers not to judge her for doing something. It
Judging.
cracks me up. Yeah, don't judge.
Not judging.
I just love it. She cracks me up. So,
I love
Amy
it.
Beth is hands down my favorite. I love her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Another oldie but goodie for me has been Caffeinated Knitting.
Yes.
With Gert and Allie, and they're taking a bit of a hiatus, which doesn't mean that they don't have enough that you guys can go back and watch from the beginning.
Right.
And catch up for when they are able to come back on.
Yeah.
So they're hands down one of my favorites as well.
Me too.
Totally loving them.
Another hands down oldie but goodie for me is Bakery Bears. I love Dan and Kay. I love them. I was totally in tears on the Christmas episode when Dan had Susan B. Anderson make the little video tutorial thing, or little video chime in for Kay. I was just, that was very sweet, and I was in tears. I was in tears right along with Kay. So I love them. He is hysterical, and I love their little interaction with each other, and I think she's just super sweet.
Some new podcasts that I've been into. The Wool Gathering Collective. Natasha and Meredith.
I get a complete kick out of Natasha.
I love
You
them.
crack me up. You're funny. You make
I
me
love
smile.
them. Yep.
Yes,
It's a joy to watch them.
it is.
And I find myself laughing and commenting right along with the screen.
Yes.
It's funny.
When Sarah and I made the comment that you guys actually remind us a little bit of us.
Yeah.
The way you interact with one another.
Yeah.
So we enjoy watching.
It's good.
The two of you.
And I love Natasha's socks. She's like, oh, it's just socks. I'll get it done in 2 days. It's not a big deal.
That part made me laugh. I was like, it's
Love
just
that.
like Sarah. Sarah says
Love
that all
that.
the time. And it's just socks.
It's just socks.
I'm not worried about that.
No big deal.
Of course not.
Totally love it.
Yes.
Meredith. She loves everybody.
I know. Yes. That was probably one of my favorite lines ever. I thought that was hysterical.
She loves
everybody.
Love it.
Um,
So check them out too. Wool Gathering Collective. I don't know if they're on iTunes, but I know they're on YouTube.
yeah, I'm not sure, to tell you the truth.
And they have a group on Bravo too.
They do, so check that out. Another new one that both Sarah and I have been watching that we really enjoy is Tiny Paper Foxes with Jenny and Devin. And Colin, of course, can't forget Colin.
Can't forget Colin.
I love Colin, he's super cute. He reminds me of my Sita Kitty. They actually look a lot alike.
They
Although
do.
Colin is way bigger.
Way bigger.
Way bigger than my Sita Kitty, but they have very similar coloring.
And I like that Devin is joining in on the podcast now.
Yes.
When Jenny first started, it was just Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
And then Devin made an appearance a couple times. And then they decided, because he's becoming more of an avid spinner, and that he would be a part of the podcast as well.
Yes.
And they would co-host.
Which is nice.
Which is fun. It brings such a fun element.
Yes, it does.
It does.
I really enjoyed tuning in each week and seeing all of the lovely things that Jenny's making for her handmade wardrobe.
Yeah. She's so good. She's so good. And they're out of New York.
Brooklyn, right?
Yep. Yeah. Brooklyn, New York.
I love all the cute little skirts that Jenny's been making. It makes me
Her ray skirts.
Yes. Makes me very jealous of your sewing ability. I would love to make my own skirts and dresses and stuff. I don't wear them very often because I can never find dresses and skirts that I think fit me in a flattering way. So I think if I could make my own, that would help.
I think so too.
But I really enjoy them. I love the clean crispness of their podcast. It's very refreshing.
And she's so calm, and they're so, where I feel is like we're mostly more energetic, and I'm usually really loud. And so it's really fun. And she reminds me of a friend of mine from years ago. Her name was Shannon.
And Jenny also has a group on Ravelry, which I believe is just under Tiny Paper Foxes.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you can do that as well. And they are both on Instagram.
Yes. And then there's so many more, but I feel like the last two for me is Eric.
Sticks Plus Twine. Really enjoy him.
Totally loving another male podcaster. I love the different element that it brings. I know that that's kind of what his goal was, is to bring something different. Love that. He's in Canada, so are the Wool Gathering Gals. So that's kind of fun. And I also, and actually, he inspired a new club for us.
He did.
So that's kind of important and exciting.
Yes, we should mention that.
Yeah.
I was watching, I think it was episode 6. It was 5 or 6. And he had commented that some company, I believe it was that they had contacted him. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember the specifics. But they were wanting to know if he was curious about trying this kit or something. And he had made the comment that he would love to, but it's harder for him because as a male knitter, a lot of kits aren't geared towards him as a male knitter one, and as a guy, you know, who doesn't necessarily want pink or purple or frilly things.
And yardage.
And yeah, and the kits don't have enough yardage for him. And so I called Sarah and I said, we need to do that. Because I think we as knitters and indie dyers, we tend to gear things more towards women and female knitters. And I think that unfortunately there aren't a lot of kits out there that are good for male knitters. And so Sarah and I have come up with, we've taken the idea of our O-Box and now released the O-Box for him. So in those kits you will get colors that are more masculine, you will get notions that are more masculine or gender neutral, and you will get more yardage. So each skein of yarn in that will be 150 grams. So you will either get, a whole 150 grams, or you could get like a contrast heel toe, yada yada. So, but that was all inspired by Eric.
I like it.
So thank you for the inspiration, Eric.
Yep. And then for me, the last one has been Nina of the Knitting Expat.
I love her.
Her sock knitting skills are mad and crazy.
Insane.
I love how fast. I love to just sit. The last episode, you got to see her knit.
She looks like a typewriter going across.
She does. She's so fast, and she's made comments that said, I don't know how I knit that fast. I just do, and she knits fast.
Yes, very.
It's
I thought
amazing.
Sarah was a fast knitter, and Sarah is.
No.
But watching her, I was just like, I had to like, you kind of get fixated on her.
Yeah,
like, how is
I
she
forgot
doing
what
that?
I ignored everything she was saying for a while, and I realized I don't even know what you've been talking about for the last 10 minutes. I've just been watching you.
I have to go back.
Knit. I have to go back.
Yes, it was.
She's doing this knit. See how many socks you can knit in a month.
Yeah, it's challenge.
It's a challenge. And today's like the 20th, and I swear she probably has at least 20 pairs on the done.
Oh, I'm sure. On the last episode, I believe she had 14.
And that was last week, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was last week. So who knows?
Yeah. I have two more that are newer for me. The first is Junk Yarn with Kemper.
Oh, I forgot about Kemper. Yeah.
We love her.
She's
She's
married.
a hoot. She did.
So she's not in my news feed anymore right yet.
Right, yeah. She's been off for a little bit. She got married, so
She's on her
congratulations to her.
honeymoon.
I know. Darn honeymoons. But she's fun. I love
Totally love
watching
Kemper.
her. She's very cute, and I love all of the projects that she shows and all of her.
And congratulations on your new job too,
Yes.
sister. That's awesome.
It is very cool. So I enjoy her. And then I've been watching Nina of Fuzzy Love Knots.
Yeah.
I like her as well.
I like her logo.
I do too.
It's very sweet.
Mm-hmm. And I really enjoy listening to her talk about all of the projects she's making. She's making she made, the Dotted Rays shawl from Steve West. And I've been considering making that shawl. I really like it. And after seeing hers and how huge it was, I decided that I absolutely have to.
All the shawls.
I know.
It's going to be another 12 shawls kind of a year.
And I did that
Or more.
Was it in 2013? I don't know. It was either 2013 or 2014. I knit 12 shawls that year.
Well, we did that group.
Right. This
For
was
2
after.
years ago.
So this was after that.
Okay, I was going to say. 'cause
Yeah. So I guess we did do it because
I've done it for 3 years.
Yeah. I don't think I actually did it the year we did the 12 and 12. I don't think I made all 12, but I did do it the following year. So. But anyway, so those are new podcasts and old podcasts that we enjoy and love, and
Yep.
there are several more, of course, that we watch, but
Yeah.
those are some of our newer ones. So if you haven't had a chance to check them out, please go and do that. They're very enjoyable to
You're
watch.
gonna get hooked.
Yeah, and they all have groups on Ravelry. So, and a couple of them are doing knit-alongs right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
you should pop on in there and check that out if you're in the mood to do a knit-along.
Yes.
We have quick shop information. Just to let you know that our Valentine's collection is in the shop. Some of them are ready to go and will ship out soon. Others are pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do have sock kits as well, which include a skein of yarn and the new olive trunkless elephant pattern from Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
which is the ones that she showed earlier.
All the clips have gone out,
Mm-hmm.
and any pre-order skeins will be going out this week that are left in the
Mhm.
shop that you have purchased in December,
Yes.
November, or December. Those ones will be shipping now.
Yes. They're all ready to go.
Yep, any of the family skeins or the rainbow ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those will be heading out this week.
Yep. Which is very exciting. So lots of things will be showing up in your mailbox if you ordered that.
I know.
So I think that's it for this week, guys. So until next time, happy knitting. We'll see you later. Bye.